Right, so my little brother was asking if I could find him a tutorial for C++. Now that he's getting into Arduino. C++ is a bit of an old language, but I think Arduino is going to make it popular again. C and C++ are basically the same thing in short, right? C++ is just like the newer version of C. I don't want to give you a whole bunch of history about it. And anyway, so I was looking for a nice, simple tutorial. And when I say simple, I mean like, so you don't have to set up anything. And this is really cool. You don't have to set up anything. You don't have to download the stuff you need to program. Everything's ready in this tutorial. Just press this button. You can try out really easy bits of code. But I didn't want to just show my brother like go to this tutorial, because every tutorial I went to like had good things and bad things about it, like overcomplicated stuff for beginners, um, and even this tutorial I want to kind of skip boring bits. I'm kind of person who thinks that you don't need to read up everything to be able to start programming or coding, I might say, as most people programmers say coding. Anyway, let's get on with it. Absolute basics of a program. This is an extremely short program, only a few lines. Um, it's got this thing called include. It means like the basic files it needs to run the program. I'm not going to go into that too much. And you got main, which means the main part of the program, and the main part of the program starts with this bracket and ends with this closing bracket. You'll find a lot of stuff is enclosed in brackets. So instructions for certain things, for most things, are enclosed in a bunch of brackets. So this one is just going to print out a message that says hello world. That's the result. But let's try it out. So go there, and right now if I press run, it's going to say, oh, running the program. Oh, it says hello world. Okay, fine. It says whatever is in here. See out just means, print out this thing. Print out means just like show it on the screen. So let's just change something. So this is my name, and I'm going to run it again. And this time it says hello Khalid. Last time it said hello world, and stuff like that. And you can put more of them. Just copy paste. One of the things
Hi.
I want my little brother to realize is you just start with a bit of code and then keep developing that same code. I'm going to show you a few more things, Gossip, in a second. Just showing you how you can change stuff. So, run that. And what are you going to get? Oh, it didn't even say it on a new line. Now, I'm not going to show you too many things. You can get on a new line, and I'm a bit of a weird perfectionist, and it's kind of unnecessary that you know this. But I'm going to put a new line character in there. Can I find the new line character? I saw it a minute ago. Oh, never mind. There's a new line character somewhere, and on my keyboard all the keys are mixed up. Never mind. You're not going to see the new line character. So you get all this rubbish, right? New line just means to put on a second line rather than all the same lines. Whatever. Let's keep going. So that's just a bit of a starting of thing. This explains it a bit, maybe probably better than I did. And I want you to kind of ignore it. Doesn't really matter. This is repeating the same thing again. Don't really like it. Actually, this is kind of showing you what I wanted to show you. What else? Actually, sorry. So I wanted you to see more stuff quickly. Okay, this is the next important thing: the basics of programming. Um, where's a little button that I can press to try it out? Okay, here we go. So here's a little program. I think I'll read it when I get here. So here's a program. It starts off with main, and it says we're going to make these things called int. Int stands for integer, and if you know anything about math, you know integer just means whole numbers. You can have all sorts of types. You can have strings, which are basically words, strings of characters, what they mean. And they make something called, you can make it called anything, like they've called it A, B, and I'm going to change it in a second to show you how you can change it and call it anything. But you try to give names for these things that make a bit of sense. But since we're doing something so basic, we just call it A and B, make an integer called A, integer called B, and this is like the full stop of programming. A lot of programming languages are pretty much the same. They kind of copy each other, and this semicolon is like a full stop in programming. This comma just separates this thing called A and this thing called B, which are both integers. This is another integer. You might say, why didn't I just put that on the same line? It's called programming style. I could have wrote, and I will. Look what I'm going to do. Right, int B, and but you have to have a full stop at the end. So I'm going to change that to like a full stop, programming style full stop. And what is this program doing? Well, you can see this double line here, which is in green. It goes green automatically when you put something with a double forward slash. That's called a comment. Just English, basically, normal English to explain what's happening in the program. Because often when you write a program, you write so other people can change it later on, and not everybody can understand exactly what's going on in the program unless you explain it sometimes. Anyway, what's happening in this program? You got A equals 5 to start off with. This we're allowed to make it a number because we said it was a number in an integer, int. Then B is 2. Then A, this is another thing they purposely put in to demonstrate. They say A is equal to whatever A was plus 1. So if A started off with 5, then 5 plus 1 is 6. Now A is 6. So A is now 6, remember that, and B is 2 like it started off with. So the result, which is another integer, is the answer to A, which is 6, take away B, which is 2. 6 take away 2 is 4. So result is 4. So when they do cout, which is again just producing a result on the screen thing, it's called the terminal, which will be down there, where all the answers or results come out. The result will be basically 4, because it'll be 6 take away 2. A is 6, B is 2, 6 take away 2 is 4. And so you'll see that. Let's just run that. And what else can we do? Let's change something. Let's make B, to keep it simple, so we know. Let's make this really simple. So A is 5 and B is 2, and 5 take away 2 is gonna be 3. So run it again, and it says 3 down there. Okay, and I could say something like the result is la 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 la, and then do that. Hopefully it'll work. So I'm not really a C++ programmer, but didn't work. Maybe I need to put plus. Let's work that out. Let's see. Work, just work. The result is, and didn't do it. Maybe I need to do it in 2 lines. I normally do Java programming or something and other stuff. Maybe because they're newer, it works better. Don't know. Alright, so what I'll do is, therefore, I'll just copy this stuff, copy it, blah blah blah, put it there, stick this here. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that again, do I? Okay, the result is, so it's going to say the result is, and then it will do that. Go on. Okay, there you go, fine. Yeah, and you can do all sorts of stuff. We can make it times. Let's do it times. Times is the star button. So now you're going to get 5 times 2, which is 10. So you're going to get 10 down there. There we go. And stuff like that. What's the next thing I want you to see, Qasid? Alright, maybe that's useful at some point. Yeah, I'm making a video, Silo, yeah.
Oh, good sky.
Nope. I don't know if you heard my little son talking. He thought I was Skyping to my brother. Alrighty. I don't even. It looks like some complicated stuff. Ignore that, Gossip, maybe. String. Remember I said string? String is just a string of characters, which is basically a word. Okay, so you say string. I'm going to make a string and give it a name. Call it my string. And then my string is this. You could have put it all in one line, I'm guessing, and then it will come out like that. So let's try that out. A bit quick string, and then I'm gonna jump. I don't want to go into all the different types. There's Boolean, which is really important. So whatever, and then run that, and it will say, oh, please type in a number. Why is it saying that? Okay. That's weird. I don't know why it says that. Stop. That's the program. Makes a string and prints the string. Why would it do that? Come on, program. Be good. Doing a lot of compiling. Come on, stop compiling. What is the point of that?
Every program a good program has to compile whatever it's called.
Okay, cancel that. Alright, this is a string. Let's try again. Maybe it's just crashing or doing something dumb. Okay. Maybe the internet is gone. Maybe the internet.
I've got internet.
What's happening, internet?
I've got good internet. I'm like a 44 FPS, 43.
It's taking ages to load.
30.
Alright. Let's see what else I need to show you. Forget that stuff for a minute. Alright. There was some other stuff. So that's obviously failed in the background. Functions, overload. So functions are important. So you've got like, oh, here's an in addition, in main. So it uses this thing. And one important thing you have to realize is programs don't go in particular order. It does go to main first, looks for main, and then follows through main. And even though this function, this set of code, which has got a name called addition, and it returns, that means it produces, the result is an int. So each bit of code has a result, has to do something, right? So it does its business and then throws back out an answer. And what kind of answer? You have to tell it what kind of answer. Not in all programs. Some programming languages you don't have to say what kind of answer is going to come out. But in C, C++, Java and some others, you have to say what kind of result. And it's going to be an int again, a number. So when you do addition, it expects two numbers, an int, and we'll call it A, and int, another int called B. Yeah, it will do stuff to whatever you put in. It will call it A and B in its mind over here, and it will do that stuff. So it will take in. It will say there's a thing called int R, which basically kind of stands for result or something. And then R is the answer to these two things added up, and then it will return it. So it'll put 5 and 3 in here. 5 will go there, 3 will go there, and it'll say 5 plus 3 is R, and return R, give R back to the rest of the program, and it will come out there, and it will be saved. It will come out of addition. It will do this, and it will pop it out. The result, addition 5, 3, the result of that will be obviously 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. And that 8, basically that means a number 8 in this case, and it'll be saved in Z, and then see out, the result is Z. Oh, that's how you do the, if you want to put another thing after a bit of a string, you know, if you want to write more stuff. I was putting a plus a minute ago, wasn't I? Anyway, So blah blah. Let's try that out really quickly. No, I won't. I'll just explain that. You can try it out. What I really want to see are some other important things, um, which is like loops. Are there loops here somewhere? Come on, loops. Statements, flow control. Yeah, that's probably it. Loops, if function, that's awesome. Yeah, okay, so if x equals 100, see how x is 100. Okay, let's see an actual program. Come on, give me a program. Alright, so this one is, it goes into the main program, and here's a loop. It goes while n is still bigger than 0, so n is equals to 10 to start off with, and it keeps going round, and it'll say CL n is 10, and minus minus n just means reduce n by 1, so you could say n equals n minus 1. Let's try it, let's show you what I mean. So this will keep repeating the stuff in the loop as long as n is bigger than 0, and it starts off as 10, and it will keep going down until it basically becomes 0, and then it will stop looping, and then it will say liftoff at the end. So it will start from the top of this bit of code and keep going down, but it will go around in this bit of code. So let's watch this in action. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 2, 1, 2, and then liftoff. Yeah, let's just change this bit of code. N equals n minus 1. It means the same thing, it will do the same thing, except for just to show some, or n minus 2. Let's just go n minus 2, and let's start with, I don't know, 20. And so this will change. 20, 18, 16, 14, whatever, lift off. Okay, so that's kind of a nice condition thing here. You're going to see that with an if in a second. That's a loop, that's important. There are different kinds of loops. Let's get out of that. Show me another kind of loop, maybe. No, more while loops, and there's a different kind of while loop. For loops, yay! Okay, right, let's do a for loop. This is a long video. Alright, let's see how it turns out. Okay, so this is another really important kind of loop. It's the way of starting at a certain number and going down. Often we go up, right? And see out. I'm just gonna change this. Okay, I'll change. I'm gonna make n plus plus. So the program is going up in numbers, and it starts off with 0, and n is bigger than 0, and I'll keep going. Oh, I know why they did. Okay, and oh, okay, no. As long as n is less than 11. Alright, so it'll keep going round, starting from 0, and it'll keep going round as long as n is less than 11, and it will keep adding 1 to 11. So you saw n minus minus, or minus minus n, I can't remember what it was. Anyway, and it will just keep going around. Let's see if this even works, because I'm doing it as if I'm a Java programmer, and it works. Okay, cool. Okay, because even though I don't program in C++ or C normally, or I haven't done for a long time, so many programming languages are so similar that you can, once you know one, you basically know other ones, or you can really adapt very easily to other ones. Anyway, I'm just looking for the last thing, which is an if function, if statement. Have I seen an if statement anywhere? I think it will probably be on the bottom somewhere here, because it did say something about flow control, which is basically controlling how things go from one bit of the program to the other. This is an if statement. Oh, another if statement. Let's do this. Okay. So we've already, basically an if statement is like something that says if. We've already done sort of conditions. If it's this, then carry on. If it's not, then stop. But this is like if n happens to be 3 at some point, then it's going to do this. Okay, so it's going to go start from 10, it's going to keep going down, 10, 9, and 3, countdown aborted, trying to be funny, right? Okay, so let's make the program abort or stop at, I don't know, 7. Okay, so it's going to start from 10, 10, 9, 8, and then if n is 7, oh no, just stop. It'll say that. Okay, so that looks really strange. Equals equals, because instead of saying n equals 7, that means making n equal to 7. 8 equals equals is like checking if n is 7, not making n equal to 7. That's why they bother doing equals equals. There are different ways of doing it in different languages, which kind of look a bit nicer for new programmers, but you kind of get used to it. There's not equal to 7. Hopefully that works in this program now. If not equal to 7, then say I'm creating, I don't know. Whoa. So that doesn't mean anything, by the way. Okay, so if it's not equal to 7, it says that. So it keeps saying it prints out 10, and then it keeps saying woo hee 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 hee, because basically it's always not equal to 7. It should print it out lots of times, but I think it crashed or something, I don't know. Alright, anyway, so I don't know, hopefully that was useful. Let's stop this recording. Can you stop recording?